half. That's not too bad, but have a look at the rest. There we go. Comfortably behind. Haris Rauf kind of deliveries. So there won't be any no balls being called off that one. We'll have to wait and see. Fionn Mulder and Kagiso Rabada, where their front foots are. There's been a talking to. Sue's come up with some stat that Kagiso Rabada bowled 36 no balls last year, and that's the most in the world for that year. World record. Just hoping she doesn't delve into the stats of how many I bowled in my career. I think it was 600 or something.
And he's off to a very good start in 2025 as well. Liberal use of very good. Nearly. Not too far away from the stumps, that.
We talked about the tail, and maybe it's a bit of a reverse swing for South Africa, but normally as a left armer what you do is you try and tail it back in at the right hand, and that one just almost swung orthodox, went across him, close to the edge, close to the off stump. That's why there were so many oohs and ahs. Length was perfect.
Shan Masood just letting his partner know that it's going to be, well, most of the deliveries will be like the last ones, so look out for that out-swinging angle. I mean, there's got to be a balance. I think too much information to Khurram Shahzad can spoil his makeup. I mean, he's survived well so far. He's missed the edges and all that kind of stuff. So I think less said the better, because he's done his job rather nicely so far. 16 he is. 3 boundaries.
Oh.
227 for 1.
So South Africa, they've got the 2 slips and the 2 gullies, and there's a nice little gap between the second slip and the gully. You do worry about the outside edge being finally going through there. This was yesterday. He played brilliantly for his 100. So well deserved. It was good driving off the front foot, and he actually dealt with the short ball particularly well on all occasions. With some good plans against Keshav Maharaj, and found the ability to sweep as well as just rotating the strike. You'll see all the boundaries here, but I thought he was very good at running between the wickets, particularly with Babar Azam. That area where he's often a fielder back at point. And then the moment, the elation of getting to the 3-figure score.
But I want you guys to play tight shots, especially washing. Yeah. On that, where that dirt patches. Yeah. Come. One temp, go straight. Be a little bit there up here. One step down. On out the rough here, Keshi. No! Yes, Keshi.
We know that South Africa had the option to bat on. So let's get to that point. I mean, that trail by 194 Pakistan. should they have followed on and forced the follow on,
Oh, Keshi.
or
You're not far there.
giving themselves a
at all, Keshi.
chance to bowl today and tomorrow on a pitch that it looks just a little bit more spicy for bowlers. I don't know. I mean, I'm loud thinking. The way you're looking at me, Pommy, and laughing away suggests that I'm talking a lot of nonsense.
I would never suggest that, Ramiz.
Oh, Kesh.
I just feel that, you know, looking at the surface, there's nothing wrong with the surface, and if you put your mind to it, you can survive this.
Yeah, I'd say that they look to prey on
Lovely, Kesh.
the mindset of the Pakistanis, with a mammoth total on the board and such a huge deficit mentally. There was a challenge for Pakistan's batters, and one which Bavuma and his think tank would have felt they couldn't deal with. And they'll still be of the same mindset. I think still 193 runs to the good. They'll feel they can still get the job done. It's opening the door that's kind of been tough in this second innings, and they know that once they do, it can all fall down, and I think they'll still believe that.
I think if they bowled them out for 300, they would have batted again. I think the fact that they bowled them out for under 200, and also at that stage, it looked like Keshav Maharaj would have a big part to play. He was starting to get the ball to turn, and he picked up 2 wickets at the back end. Just mentally, it was an issue when they walked out there, that they kind of weren't really as up for it as they needed to be. 228 for 1.
Represents South Africa at the second edition of the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup. The tournament is set to take place in Malaysia from 18 January
Coach.
to February of this year.
Yeah, that's what he's on about. What's between the ears? What are you thinking? Can't be thinking we're off home already. You do get a sort of 1 foot on the plane syndrome. Nothing to gain and just about, you know, wanting it to be done, even if in the subconscious. And the job for Shan Masood and Aqib Javed, Azra Mahmood, all management staff, is to try and ensure that the team, the batters, they stay here, they're present, very present, and finish the job, apply themselves, see if they can stretch themselves. Whilst it'd be admirable to get out of this one, there'll be a lot to take as they go on to their next assignment.
This is the fact that South Africa have qualified for the World Test Championship sort of dipped the enthusiasm a little bit in this test match. You'd think they were expecting and hoping that Pakistan will implode, crumble, and give us a victory on a platter.
Yeah, that may have a little bit of an effect on the back of the mind, but I just think South Africa haven't really been pushed, to be brutally honest. And even when they went to Bangladesh, they bowled them out really quickly. I think they bowled them out for 100 in one of the innings. And I don't think they ever got to the second new ball in that test match. Sri Lanka pushed him once in Kabeja in the second innings. It's definitely a mindset that you have to have, the ability to keep bouncing back, to pick yourself up when things aren't looking like you're going to be impactful. I think also it does go down to balances of sides. You think of teams of the past, for example, Pakistan of the past, when you had someone like a Wasim Awaka and the ball reverses. Even on flat surfaces, they can be mightily impactful. If you've got someone at the speed of Hendrik Nortje at 150 running in, he can be impactful. If you've got a leg spinner like a a Mushtaq or a Shane Warne or Mushtaq Ahmed or Sakleen Mushtaq, one of those guys who's got a bit of mystery, they can keep creating opportunities. Where South Africa's, their bowling lineup's good, but it's kind of stock standard and similar kind of